All right, guys, welcome back. We are hopping into the Rift for Game 1 of Semifinals Day 2 with Kent State University and McMaster University up in a best of 5 for who will go to Grand Finals and who will have to fight it out against MEC Hysteria for third place in the League Saturday Series Season 2. Woo!
Yeah, and so if you win this match, you're in the money.
Yeah.
By the way, so
And I like this start already. You know me. I like shenanigans early. Whoa, not those kind of shenanigans. Jeez, oh man.
yep, stacking that bot rush, hoping for maybe a wanderer that they could pick off. I mean, you kind of give up some map control. Kent State could have, if needed, gotten a nice word on your red side for that, and nothing come from it. But
We need to start doing that in Clash.
yeah,
You know, since the 5-point never works for us.
well, we have a couple guys who never want to do anything like that, and I'm usually not even there.
Yeah. If any, for all the viewers out there, Diddy is the resident AFKer of every single game in the beginning. He's got to go wash his hands, but don't worry, he waits until we load in, and then he goes and washes his hands.
The Jarvan's pathing. So if you expect Jarvan path up to the top side, you can also expect Amumu to path bot side. And hopefully for Amumu, they trade crabs. If I was Jarvan, I would want to find where Amumu starts, start the same side as him, and then contest him for crab or invade him on this. You see how Amumu's doing Gromp right here, and he's half HP? If Jarvan were to start red, and just invade him at his Gromp, it could be a potential angle that we see some junglers like Nidalee and Graves do. Jarvan,
Yeah.
not so much, but again, the idea is that Jarvan wants to push the pace, push the tempo of the game, be active early, and really contest Amumu for everything he does in the early game, because pre-6 Amumu is a pretty worthless champion.
Yeah, definitely. But we see them doing the opposite start, so it looks like Amumu's going to get away with a full clear without the pressure of Jarvan, and I think that's great for Kent State University.
Definitely, and we did see that Jarvan took all 3 of his bot side camps, so maybe understanding that I'm against a full clear jungle, I can take my time here. There's no pressure to get that level 3 gank.
Boy, there's that set.
Yeah, and Set, with Conqueror can just really beat on tank. So I don't see a world where Malphite ever, finds an advantage in this lane, especially if he's taking boxing trades with the Set here. I expect Set to win this matchup out. And
this is, you got to be careful. Oh! You got to be careful when going for CS here against this Set. You can't be walking up when he has E available.
And Jarvan's here. Should look to dive after Crab. Everything is set up. You can at least get his flash.
Yes, this...
It should be E from Set into EQ from Jarvan. Let's see how they do it. There's the 1, the 2, the first blood with the Jarvan passive auto, and a TP coming in, but a bit too late. And that's a nice proactive Jarvan play. It's exactly what you want to see coming out from McMaster University with this nice matchup in the top lane that was getting punished over and over.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. I think if the TP was late, but there was really no way to predict the... I shouldn't say there was no way to predict it. I think maybe if they could have read the Set's movement a little better and realized, okay, he's trying to push this in. Jarvan is probably top side if he wasn't messing with the Mumu early, meaning he probably started blue. Then the TP could have came in earlier and prevented that play from happening, but after it already happened, he was too low, the setup was too free, it was just a wasted teleport.
And one more thing I think Musinator could have done is you can flash the Set E. Like, it shows you his Skullbreaker, animation for like a half a second, and that's plenty of time to flash out of that. So if Musinator flashed the moment he saw Set E, then it would be up to Jarvan to land the EQ on a flashless target, which is very possible. But if Moose would then dodge that, then we're talking about a possibility
then the TP
of survival.
play is set up and they could potentially punish the dive.
Sure. And we see games of League of Legends come down to, fractions of seconds so often in the early game is so usually so important. But when you draft a champion like Malphite and he gets an early death, it's really not the end of the world. So going into this game, knowing the top lane matchup, the coaching staff from Kent State, blind picking Malphite third and sending him top shows me, it's not about the matchup. It's about playing for the comp. And,
in a bit of a tough spot here. He needs to try and crash that wave, or he's going to get punished pretty hard with this freeze, I think.
Yep. I mean, the set can just contest him every time he
yeah.
goes up. If Moose is pushing, though, he would get 6 first, but he probably lost XP. As we see the Delivery
there's
Man
the flash.
showing up. He will miss the Amumu tether, but he's going to box down Wetchamonti, but the Conqueror is fully stacked. Neither of these tanks want to deal with this champion with a fully stacked Conqueror. He already has a Vamp Scepter try.
Yeah.
It was a good cover play from Amumu, but once that Bandage Toss misses, there's really no play.
I think that was best case scenario for KSU there. I don't think they were going to be able to kill him, and if they did try, I think they were going to potentially even both go down.
We have some action
there,
between junglers here as the Delivery Man getting caught out in his jungle. Well, I shouldn't say caught out, but engaged on by Sekiro. The EQ, the Flag and Drag will miss Moosinator in the top lane, feeling the pressure, but at least getting his farm. And this is the Jarvan activity we want to see. The EQ, with the Bandage Toss will hit Sekiro after the EQ, but they don't have the HP bars or the resources on their mid laner. It's practically a 2v1 against a level 5 Amumu, and this is a direct example of the lack of agency you have when you draft Amumu in your jungle versus a Jarvan, right? So this is the most contested phase of the game for Kent State by Jarvan.
At least for Amumu here, the Delivery Man was able to get that first clear uncontested. So that is best case scenario at this point. Was you got that first clear, now you're getting harassed in your jungle, but you take what you can get, and thankfully not going down to Jarvan there when getting caught out in the jungle.
Oh, the Delivery
and maybe
Man.
we could set something up here.
He wants his Krugs, but it's a KDB following up on Sekiro. We're looking at a 2v2 that'll quickly be a 3v2, and Corky could even move down to possibly pinch. But Kent State are playing so tempered right now because their champions are not unlocked, and they really cannot do much. So I think Sekiro's doing a really, really great job keeping the tempo up and the pace of the game, contesting Amumu over and over again. But Kent State also doing a pretty good job not, falling bait to the aggression here and just saying, hey, let's play our game. Let's play for 6. Let's play for late.
Yeah,
and let's play
you
for
can
Jinx
see
set.
here that they understand their comp and their win condition here. They're not giving up too much early, and they're giving up what they need to survive and not, snowball the lead for McMaster.
And that's what's so difficult in League of Legends is when you get 10 new champions every single game, right? There's hardly ever a repeat of any 2 comps. It's up to the players to really think, what do we need to do as a comp to thrive in this game and kill the Nexus? Not necessarily what does my champion want to do, but what does my comp want to do?
It's funny you say you bring that up, because yesterday when we were talking in Discord, I was kind of thinking those were the next steps I needed to do to improve my gameplay. I'm picking up my champs better. I'm learning the macro play a little bit better. So now I need to be able to read the team comps on both teams, interpret what my goal is, and how the game needs to be played to, achieve victory. And when you watch these players here, you can recognize that they really do know what the game plan is, and I'm sure that they are practicing these comps and these champions. So when you have this 5-man team and you're putting together a comp that you've practiced, and you're just looking at the enemy team comp, they do a really good job of interpreting, okay, what do we need to do to stay alive and take the victory.
Right. And play to scale, right? Which everybody says, like, in every game, it's who scales. Oh, we scale, they scale, we all scale, whatever. But actually playing to get to late while minimizing properly and trading across the map.
And that's only the surface of it. Anybody, you're taught in the beginning, okay, well, you have a scaling comp because your champions or they have a snowballing comp. It's like, that is only the surface of...
This could be something that Sekiro will engage on Delivery Man. Here comes the Cataclysm. Delivery Man does have Flash. He does not have Flash. Flashless Amumu caught in his jungle with Cataclysm is a kill. I miss where Amumu did not have his Flash, and that is Sekiro on the board again with this Jarvan.
Yeah, so 2-0 Jarvan already. Again, now I think Kent State in a good place right now. Only down 1.8k gold. Probably got to give up this dragon with a Moo down, but looking like just trying to get some poke damage down for Jinx. I don't know what their plan is here.
Yeah, and that's just one of those Amumu problems, right? You got to cut your losses. The Jarvan is just really strong early, and he will... Oh, okay, we have a base breaker coming in from Muchamansi looking for the dive, but Moose will ulti back to his turret. He needs to try and deal with the wave, but Muchamansi can just punch him down, and that is a dive, a 1v1 with, you know, Moosinator's flash up again as we have an engage in the bot lane. KBB looking in, but here comes the Rel disengage. Beautiful CC on both red targets here. The delivery man with the follow-up. He will use the ulti on the Alistar. They'll take him down, but the Jarvan is here to show up, make it a 3v3. And yeah, the Jarvan presence here is enough to get Samira 2 kills. She's burning down. She's getting hit by minions, but life stealing enough. So beautiful counter gank from Sekiro, but I like the look from Delivery Man as well.
Yeah, that was great. A great counter gank. And what is so unfortunate for Starponer here is that he used his ultimate to do some poke damage at the Drake and maybe could have picked up Roy Woods there for a kill. But
right.
all in all, I think a good trade and a great counter gank from Sekiro.
Yeah, definitely. Sekiro, great job being there. I tried thinking of Curse of the Sad Mummy.
Was that a 2v3?
It was a 3v3.
Okay. I had looked again and okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the name of Amumu's ulti, but we see KBB on another play on the Alistar. He'll get the Q knockup, which means he can W back. Kenny needs a book to the delivery man, but he doesn't have ulti. So it looks like Venerated could just get this kill and takes down Kenny, and MCM. Mixmaster are off to the races here. You can see a 2v1 in the top side, but
and he flashes the chain.
That's a respect flash there if I've ever seen one, because I think he could just kill both of these champs if you really wanted to.
I don't know. Does he? Delivery Man does not have ulti. And
yeah,
here comes the rest of the team. This is looking bad for Kent State.
Yeah, you never want to send your 2 tanks that are behind in the game to fight the snowballing conqueror set, but
especially
KBB,
with neither of them having ult.
KBB, right place at the right time. Venerated with the double stun will send Delivery Man back to the base for the 3rd time in the game, and they are just snowballing out of control, making this comp look beautiful.
Yeah. Now Kent State looking like they're in a rough position here. A nice ulti to escape that.
Yeah.
Venerated is chunking now at this point. He's 2-0. He's up 20 farm on Corki, and those bombs are starting to do some damage.
Yeah, and we should point out the farm difference in the mid lane. It's uncharacteristic of Kenny, as we see KVB again with the activity. If he would have found something there, he would probably pull ahead as MVP in this game in my book. The delivery man just wants his wolves, but Sekiro says not today. And Kent State in a position where they're kind of need to start hiding under towers a bit. That's not what you want to see at this stage of the game. It's just too early.
Yeah, so what Diddy and I need to do now is to really up our game is to get a cheat sheet together and start studying our champion ability names.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I think we really lack here is Corki W, Corki Ultimate. And I'm guilty of I've played the game for 7 years, and I just still, that's what I call everybody's abilities, is by the key on the keyboard. And even the champions that I main, for example, Vel'Koz, a champion that I have, 250 games on or something, and I still don't even know what his ultimate ability is called. Laser beam, whatever. I don't know,
Vel'Koz ulti.
I'm so guilty of that.
And it's tough.
Face melter, yes.
When Amumu ulted, I wanted to call it the name of it. Could not think of it. It's such a long name, and it kind of messed me up. But it's Curse
what we
of the
need?
Sad Mummy, right?
It's what?
Curse of the Sad Mummy.
You're asking
Is
the
that
wrong
his
man.
ulti? Okay, Chad will know, but
what we need to do is get one of those quiz. What is that website called?
Quizlet.
Quizlet?
Quizlet.
Yeah. And do some Quizlets for champion names or champion abilities.
That's definitely in my future.
All right, guys. All right, chat. Send your Quizlets this way.
Yeah.
And Diddy and I will do some practicing over the next 2 weeks. And when we come back for grand finals and consolation match, we will be
ready to go.
We will be ready. We will be champion ability geniuses. You just wait.
That's right. And we have Drake coming up in 25. This could be Kent State's first look at what would be a a traditional 5v5, which is what we know they want. Can they all stack their ultis up? Malphite has his ulti. Mumu has his ulti. And so does Rel. So if you can chain those major abilities together on a few members, you can get those bounties and turn this into a game. But if McMaster, watch KVB on the Alistar, possibly looking to go in, two-man knock-up. But there's a fight on another front here as Venerated is opened up on by the Corki here. That's Kenny dropping some damage. They're looking for Star Poner, though. He will go down. That's what was happening on the other front of the fight, as a Mumu will also get picked up and Venerated with another kill. So KVB with a good engage, and Sekiro on the bottom of that red buff also finding out Star Poner. It seemed to me, as they waited until they knew Kent State would go in that quadrant of the jungle to, kind of sniff out drag, and then they just attacked them instantly. So really well played by McMaster.
Yeah, I think that it's looking tougher and tougher for KSU, but we said before, if their comp can find a way to scale into this game, they still have hope.
Yeah. I mean, Corki and Jinx, two of the best in slot for just raw damage, right? And then you also have Malphite and Mumu, some of the best AoE CC on tank bodies as well. So it can happen.
I think this is risky to... Okay.
Yep, KVB is going to go in with the WQ on the Star Poner, forcing his flash, and Roy Woods appears like he'll just take that. But Condorx wants to trade back, and Star Poner getting free autos on Roy Woods, and there's the first shutdown. It's exactly what you need from Kent State to get back in this game.
Yeah, Star Poner now keeping up in farm to Samira and finally picking up a kill. So is this the start of the comeback?
This would be an epic comeback try if I've seen one.
Guys, don't forget, this is a best of 5. Are we going to see Game 5? We haven't seen a Game 5 yet. In Season 2.
The first one ever. Today feels like a good day for the first.
I don't remember. Did we have this?
Ever.
Did we go to Game 5 in any games in Season 1?
Nah.
No. Ooh, guys.
No. Yeah.
We could be in for a treat.
That's right. And we see Sekiro picked up a Stridebreaker try. If you haven't been up to date on your melee mythics, Stridebreaker is the new hotness.
Oh. You know I played me some Garen. So.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay, so you know all about the Stridebreaker, but that is what Jarvan is going to take. I wonder if there's any interesting interactions with his EQ. I saw a Vi. So I think Vi can charge her Q. And, okay. KVB could be getting picked out in the Kent State jungle, but he pops his ulti. He's so tanky now. It's a matter of will he bait them into the river? Not quite. So getting the Alistar ultimate kind of for free there while he was maybe clearing a ward or placing a ward. And now lots of pressure all over the map here for McMaster as they will take this tier 1 mid with a what does Zillion throw? One little clock. One little clock will do the mid lane, take that tier 1 down, and this gives McMaster more map to work with and less space for Kent State to travel in before they just get engaged on.
Yeah. McMaster doing a great job of moving as a unit and controlling river and objectives. So we do see that in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we're going to have Infernal Drake, which means that it is going to be an Infernal Soul this game. And Baron is up in 1 minute and 24. And I was just going to say, we hadn't seen a Herald yet, but Jarvan did just pick up Herald.
Oh, okay.
So now we may see a Herald play, but I'm surprised to have not seen it picked up earlier, or did I just totally miss it?
I may have totally missed it with you, depending on, where the camera's looking and what's going on. We should always be watching the junglers on the mini-map. Yeah, as we see, Leandry's already picked up for Venerate. He's working on his second item. So, yeah, really dropping some Zillion damage that you don't get to see too often. But that's why we watch.
Classic.
Oh, it is the Beard Classic. Maybe Venerated is the next Beard.
Maybe he is Beard.
But this is why we watch the LSS. We watch it to see things we've never seen before, see people pop off. And here we have a nice blow-up of the mini-maps. Can't miss a Herald when we got this going on here, because we would know for sure what's going on. But you could just see the control by Red Team here, controlling so much of the map. Kent State, the name of their game is farm lanes and flip it at one of these Drakes.
Win game.
Farm lanes and flip it at a Drake, I think, is their plan right now. They want to get Jinx to 2 items here. See if Conrax will find anything. KVB, without any hesitation, will just find any knockup he can take because of the space His team allows him, and look at the pressure cashing in on that tier 2 top lane turret. It appears McMasters are just going through the motions at this point. Oh, but what I was saying about Stridebreaker Vi. So I saw a Vi, this is just on like a league highlight video, signups or whatever. Q, and then when she bopped them with Q, Stridebreakered back, and it pulled them where she was going.
So dirty.
Yeah, stuff like that. So I wonder if Jarvan has anything like that. Like, can he extend his knockup with his Stridebreaker?
Maybe.
You know, stuff like that. Really interesting.
Like the duration of it by like he lands it and then Stridebreaker to kind of like
one more Teemo over and then it'll knock you up.
Yeah.
Just increases that range, those players off. And we see, you know, Drake number 3 coming up. McMasters with control of the river, a bit of control in this red quadrant. But when Kent State walk in together, they can buy themselves some space. And I think Kent State needs to snap engage and flip the game.
I was just going to say, so is this, here's the question, is this going to be the flip right here?
It should be. I mean, there's no reason to, well, Jinx items is your reason to wait, but you don't want to put them on sole point, right? This is typically where teams draw the line. And we see the line being drawn in the river here. We'll see if they can get that red-pink out of there without dying. Whereas
you got to dodge those bombs because, man, those bad boys hurt right now.
Look at KBB. He's on the L-Star. He's in Tri-Brush. He's going to start moving now and look for a flank engage. And if he can get into a good spot for an engage, then it might be Kent State.
Oh, he Hex flashed over.
The Jarvan EQ will go in. A big Cataclysm, but followed up by a re-engage by Moosinator and Condorex getting CC. But it looks like, oh, Kenny is doing some good damage. It appears to be an even fight, but no, it's Samira with the ulti will dive in. A double kill for the set. And Ray Woods looking to clean up Kenny. And that's going to be a McMaster team fight win. It looked hopeful for about 2 seconds.
It really did, but honestly, Amumu didn't even get ulti off. He just died immediately, and it was over from there.
Oh, yeah, that is just too crucial when you're
and
down.
Now it's going to be a Baron over to McMaster, as well as that Dragon. And,
yeah, that was the
caster cursed Penn State University because I'm changing my opinion now, and it's looking like a McMaster game.
Wow, that is some next level analysis.
Yes, it is.
No, but yeah, that was the flip.
Put me on the analyst desk, guys.
That was the flip, and if Amumu doesn't get ulti off there and you're down 7k or whatever the case was, you cannot win the fight, right? So whatever mistake led to that was definitely back-breaking for Kent State. Maybe he got chain CC'd into death, but he still has flash as well, so you got to really consider, did he underestimate the CC lock and the damage from McMaster, which led to his death before he could flash? Something like that, but I saw Kenny dropping some nice DPS.
I just wonder if he got locked up right away and he was dead before he could even do anything.
Probably the case.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, I don't really see a way back into this game. The lead is too big now. We're at we're about a 12k gold lead for McMaster. 3 Drakes and Baron.
I think
it's looking real tough.
Delivery Man would have to steal a couple neutrals while Starponer is clearing like, you know, super minions for 10 minutes. Something like that, because
yeah, we're looking at a 45-minute game for this.
And we see Moosinator goes in with his ulti, gets venerated flash, so a nice respect flash to get that Malphite ulti on cooldown, but without that major cooldown, it's really up to Amumu here to find a nice catch. But he could do it. Try this comp. This comp could find a winning fight. The bandage toss goes a bit wide. KVB camping, sipping some tea over in this bush here, waiting for his moment. This is the most patient I've ever seen KVB play today. He's just waiting for a good angle. And we see, you know, pressure in multiple lanes. Weshamansi not afraid of Moosinator in the slightest here. Condorex will get himself a flash, so now that's Jarvan and Zillion no flash, but here's KVB on his engage. Kent State will kite to their top turret, and it looks like they're going to take out Malphite to start it. A big set ulti. We're looking for a face breaker as well. Big damage here. Too much from McMasters. Too much gold. Too much power here.
Samira
the follow
is
up.
huge.
And yes, Samira finding that success that we know and love. No pentakill today, but I don't think that's what they need to advance to Nexus turrets and win game 1.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be highly unlikely to come back after that Drake fight, and that's going to be game 1 of semifinals day 2 between Kent State University and McMaster University. Wow.
3:25 minutes try. That was an absolutely dismantling game coming out from McMaster University, and it really highlights the weakness of Kent State's bread and butter drafts when they put 2 tanks on top